Are you ready to know how to treat a vaginal yeast infection? Well, in those few seconds, I will discuss this and educate you on what needs to be done if you have a vaginal yeast infection. Well, first of all, this is a part 2 video, and I have to say we need to know the difference between a yeast infection in your vagina versus a urinary tract infection, a UTI, which is an infection in your urine. Some of these symptoms can be very, very similar. So you may have symptoms that could be a little bit similar in those two situations, or the two conditions. So a yeast infection, however, is an infection. It's a fungus. Well, a fungus, for those of you who may be familiar with that, there's different type of fungus. We have a fungus we could have in our head when people have those little circle, kids have it. Or sometimes at the barber, you may have that. That's a fungus. We have it in our feet. Okay, sometimes you may have a fungus in your feet. So there are different type of fungus that we could have. So fungus can also exist in your vagina. Okay, and that fungus, what it will cause, mainly it will cause a lot of itching, and a lot of the time you have irritation, and that irritation usually is on the outside of the vagina versus the inside. So you may have urinary pain, or pain when you're urinating, which we call dysuria. So you have that pain, but it's not necessarily a pain from the inside, but it's more in the outer. So as the pee's coming out, it hurts. So, however, a urinary tract infection is an infection of the urine. So if you comes here and you have those symptoms, first thing we do, we look at the urine to see if it's an infection in the urine. If when we check the urine shows no infection, and we don't have any reasons to think you may have an STI, like a urinary, like a sexually transmitted infection, then we move up with the conclusion that you probably have a yeast infection. If you have a yeast infection, it's very easily we could treat that by giving you a pill, usually diflucan, 150 milligram. One dose is usually okay, but sometimes if not, we may repeat it in about 72 hours. So really, this is how we differentiate it, and this is how we manage it. Thank you for watching. Give us a comment if this video was helpful to you. Thank you.